You're 50 years old, you look like you're 19.
That's right.
It was the end of the summer, August 30th, 1963. Kathleen Mary McLaughlin came into the lives of Bill and Helga. It was surely meant to be. She was happy and smart, and she immediately wiggled into her parents' hearts. There was no doubt she'd become a special girl right from the very start. She loved playing and exploring. This would become her trademark pursuit. Kathleen was a traveler by nature. I don't think anyone would dispute.
And now I'm like, what's coming next?
By 1965, Kathleen had a brother named John.
No.
A little mother and a big sis was someone he could count on. Robbie's like, what do you mean by little mother?
If you had a sister, you know.
Yeah. A couple of years rolled by, and it's 1967. The McLaughlins welcomed Patricia. Now they had sheer heaven. It was a bustling home with two cute girls and a brother, and little Kathleen was a big sis like no other. While her friends began reading books such as Nancy Drew, it was strange when Kathleen requested Michelin and Fodor's While most kids adored toy shops and riding bikes on a day out of school, Kathleen asked for maps, atlases, and to visit AAA locations as a rule. She was independent and happy. Her parents noticed she loved faraway places. At 10, she traveled solo to Germany to meet family and receive their warm embraces. Living in Rochester was fun, but by and by she had learned her way around. By 14 years of age, she was Farmington bound. She loved Miss Porter's and made lifelong friends. Kathleen took an interest in art and began touring museums to learn the trends. 4 years in Farmington would be just enough. Now on to Colgate University to really show her stuff. She liked New York State, but still had wanderlust. She pulled out her Michelin guides. It was Europe or bust. On to Italy junior year. They have good art and cute men. Churches, museums, cafes, and even a class now and then. She continued to develop her appetite for travel, but return she must or her luggage might unravel. She graduated from her days as a Colgate Raider. Kathleen moved to the Big Apple as a true crusader. She learned how to be a headhunter and find people employment. That was really an undercover way for her to receive her international deployment. The Far East was her territory, and traveling the globe she went. She would have to purchase new maps and books to support her travel ascent. She learned about Eastern art and found cool things to acquire. Kathleen was a world traveler, and once in a while she'd find a new hire. One night with her friends, she was out on the Upper East Side. Bruce spotted the girl of his dreams out of the corner of his eye. His heart went pitter-patter. The rest you must know, there's probably a poem. They were married on April 29, 1991, and Bruce became Kathleen's permanent beau.
Whose is this one? Oh, that's mine.
Living on the Upper East Side was fun, but when Bruce suggested the outdoor life, they were Denver-bound, and Kathleen learned how to be an angler's wife. This sort of travel was not exactly the kind she had dreamed about.
Waiters at that point.
And your own dog.
I do
Like
remember
on a birthday?
wellies or something he gave you, or
I did get the waiter.
Yeah,
Wasn't
where
really
they are.
so romantic. This sort of travel was not exactly the kind she had dreamed about. I think she preferred East Coast living over fishing for trout. So, Bruce got a great new job back in New York. They returned back east, having been visited by, you guessed it, the store. Nikki was, Robbie's like, I don't get it. Nikki was born on October 23rd, 1995. Now their world had really come alive. They established their home in a charming Darien abode. In August 1997, Patrick came along to Delafield Island Road. Kathleen the traveler was distracted with her adorable young boys. Now Bruce became the circumnavigator without the joys. So he came home one day with an idea to move abroad. Kathleen pulled out her travel books and began to abroad. She researched the schools, the neighborhoods, and such. They were packed for London in no time and loved Edward Square so much. They met great friends and began to travel more. Kathleen had more travel books than she ever had. Bruce, the outdoorsman, would have stayed in London forever, but his career called him back to New York for a new endeavor. Back in Darien, Kathleen put away her beloved maps to spruce up the house. fixing bathrooms, painting rooms.
Kelly knows who she is.
Was she to become a Stepford spouse? Oh no, never Kathleen. It wasn't long before she started unshelving those books. Good thing Bruce came home one evening with one of those traveling looks. Now on to Zurich, where they found an in-city apartment oasis. This allowed them a way to travel on a much more frequent basis. It's almost over.
A great poem.
They traveled all they could until the moving vans came to pack. Yup, Bruce took another assignment, so they had to move back. When they returned to Darien, their lives would really change. Because Indy came along. Really strange. It was not exactly puppy love, shall we say, or love at first sight. But once she discovered Camp Bow Wow, Kathleen was all right. Time has flown by, and now Kathleen's a UVM mom. With Mickey at school, the home has taken on a whole new kind of calm. In a couple short years, they will be empty nesters. It's a good thing they have remained solid platinum card investors. Because after all those college bills have been paid, they can take up their next adventure, although their plans have yet been made. Kathleen, as long as you stay close to us here, not far apart, you know that you will always be right here in our hearts. Happy birthday.
Very great job. Kelly, what a great job.
You know, everybody.
Great job.
You know what, actually,
It's really bright back here.
Get